In the 1800s, our ancestors were curious about what humanity would become 200 years from then. Perhaps there would be faster steam trains, or even the widespread use of telephones. Indeed, these theories have come true, and technology has evolved to a level our predecessors would admire, but never would they have believed that human activity would eventually lead to this. In the 19th century, a new term surfaced: climate change, a long-term shift in global or regional climate patterns. Some may think it is a natural phenomenon, but science proves otherwise. Our planet's current warming has risen far beyond the normal warming rate, with humans guilty as charged. From the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, human activities have worsened the greenhouse effect, which is causing heat from the sun to stay trapped in our atmosphere, increasing the Earth's temperature at an alarming rate. This rise of temperature has devastating effects on our planet, impacting every living thing, including us, greatly. We've already seen its effect in the Arctic as it's melting away, destroying the marine life habitat and causing our sea levels to rise. Sea levels that will cause additional flooding on coastal regions, not to mention the warming of our oceans that will disrupt the food chain of marine life, our food chain, and the ocean circulation that helps balance climate. We've already seen its impact on our weather: hotter summers, intense heat waves, more forest fires, colder winters, stronger hurricanes, irregular and extreme weather patterns, etc. The extra heat in our atmosphere can also impact our ecosystems and agriculture, shortening growing seasons that will eventually lead to difficulties in feeding our populations. These issues will only increase as we continue to add to the problem, and there is so much we are doing that causes additional complications to our health and future. But how exactly are we the ones who caused this? How are we the ones responsible for this mess? Presently, you might not know that some of your daily habits are detrimental to our planet, but nowadays, almost everything we do is harming the Earth, and the consequences aren't always immediate, aren't always in front of our eyes, so we can just choose to ignore them. But not today. Today, I'm going to show you the reality. Burning fossil fuels, a common source of energy to supply heat and electricity to multiple aspects of our economy for its efficiency and low cost. Funny how we consider it inexpensive when it is one of the most destructive elements that will eventually lead to expensive and irreversible damages. Note that even the extraction of this energy is extremely harmful, sometimes more than actually burning them. Every time we drive vehicles that use gasoline and diesel, fly on airplanes, turn on the AC, or switch on the lights, we are contributing to the burning of this dirty energy. It has become a powerful energy source that is almost inevitable in our daily life. Waste management. The decomposition of organic waste creates carbon dioxide and methane. So the more food and other organic waste we throw away, the more we contribute to the emission of those gases. Even the inorganic waste like glass and metal is harmful, as the manufacturing process of these materials produce greenhouse gases. Now the agriculture industry. Some of the main drivers of deforestation in the world include pasture for livestock and cropland for soya production. And from that land, a whopping 90% is used to feed the animals that we eat or get dairy and eggs from. So these trees that could have slowed down climate change by absorbing greenhouse gases are being cut down to feed the 77 billion land animals we eat each year that release an insane amount of methane, like 200 kilograms for a cow, and other greenhouse gases every year. The deforestation of the land, the energy needed to prepare the meat, and much more also contribute to the emission of these gases. Now, I know it is a lot to take in, but we must be aware in order to act. In no way am I trying to guilt trip you. I am telling you this so that you are aware of the impact of our actions, and with that, you also have to be willing to consider taking action. Look at it this way: we all know smoking is bad, yet we still sell cigarettes. Why? Because of the system, the economy, the consumers. Same goes for climate change. We are aware that climate change is real. What's keeping us from taking full action is the system and our own motivation. If smokers decide to stop smoking, cigarette production will go down. If we all demand change, the system will have no choice but to follow. And we've done it once before. That ozone layer we were abusing back in the mid-1980s brought debates about science and economy and ended with the Montreal Protocol, phasing out the production of substances that could harm the ozone layer. If we all act and demand change, we could force our systems to take action, like turning towards clean energy sources and other technologies that could slow down the greenhouse effect. Collectively, we have so much power, but it takes the motivation of many individuals to make a change. It's one thing to accept climate change, but another to take action. Sometimes it might be hard to act. It might involve sacrifices and a lot of mental energy, but this is the time to react. Our Earth is about to reach the point of no return. We are in a state of emergency. Now, what can we do as individuals to help? You probably already know the basics, like driving and flying less, buying local, eating less meat, recycling, composting. Simply refusing what you don't need, reducing what you do need, reusing what you can't reduce, and recycling what you can't reuse are other measures that minimize greenhouse emissions. While these actions really do help, the most powerful move we could make is involving our government. So when your time comes to make a choice, like the elections, consider taking the Earth's side. And if there are any protests in your area, consider joining or even just talking about it. For some of you who might think you're alone, that all your efforts may not make a difference, let me tell you that the power of one is more impactful than you think. It's like the domino effect. Simply riding your bike could influence the drivers you pass to do the same. Talking about climate change at the dinner table could encourage your parents to talk about it with their friends. And those same friends can talk about it with their neighbors. And those neighbors can talk about it with their friends, and so on. You can be the role model to the ones around you. You can be the person who starts the chain. You can lead people towards the right path. You alone can trigger change on a big scale. You can do your part. And just because you're alone, or you think you're alone, doesn't mean no one is watching. If everyone thinks their efforts won't do anything, then we can't make a change. But if everyone has at least a little bit of hope and gives it their all in the most important fight of humanity, together we can do so much. In a few years, when you look back at this time, while you're teaching your grandkids about this horror movie we're in, do you want to look back and regret not having done anything while there was still time? Or do you want to know that you did everything you possibly could to help? What we are doing now, our actions, our will, and our voices will determine the Earth's future, our future. So it is vital to act now before it's too late. So, now that you're aware, now that you know what you can do to help our planet, that you alone have the potential to change yourself and the ones around you, let me ask you this. Are you ready? This video is the product of a project in the IB program made by me, a hopeful high school student who believes everyone has the possibility to do his or her part in the fight against climate change, one way or another. The goal of this video is to make as many viewers as possible more aware of the problem and of their responsibility as a citizen of Earth to act in our planet's favor, as well as to motivate them because acting takes more than just acknowledging. This project has given me the opportunity to contribute to that movement, and I am very grateful for that. If you are ready to act, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and commenting to let me know I reached my goal, as well as sharing it to spread the message. The feedback would be very appreciated. I hope this video inspired you in even just the slightest bit to take action in this important fight. I thank every single one of you for watching until this point and wish you the best of luck in the years to come.